I'm one of the advisory board member for Schoolcraft College, and one of the things that I offer to do for the computer graphics technology department is to take advantage of their students, take advantage of their hospitality of this auditorium, and take advantage of their great work with the computer graphics technology department to put up this whole event. Again, one of the things that we normally do is we have the director of the computer graphics technology department to do their welcoming, because that's one of the things they want to thank you guys as well as the students for putting this together. But with that, I guess I'll just do the introduction. One of the things that we're trying to do this year is to try to get people together, especially for the Detroit community, to make a somewhat a community effort to support what's going on out there in the city. One of the biggest things that's going on right now is the meetups. If you all know about meetups, I mean, there's a lot of events, organizations that are being set up by meetups. And one of the organizations that is be presenting tonight, DMovement, is one of the organizations that I helped set up. So it's just one of the things that we thought that we would do is to bring everyone together from different tech, non-tech, even art community coming together to kind of share with you what they're doing. So hopefully you guys will get something out of this. Later on this evening, we're going to also, by the end of the day, I was also told that we'll be giving out some gifts and raffles. So keep your cards, keep your tickets. Don't give it away. If not, we're keeping them. But with that, I'm going to introduce you to the man of the hour, power of all power. Sometimes plays God because he knows the weather. But anyways, it's Andrew Humphrey. He's actually, you might see him every morning on the Channel 4. He's the Emmy Award-winning meteorologist of WDIV. He's a graduate from MIT, from U of M. I won't hold that against him, but that is his. He's got some really good, experience as well as education. So I'm going to turn this over to Andrew. This is the second year with DMovement, and he's always doing a great job for the city of Detroit. So let's give him a hand.
Tom, thanks a lot. Thanks for those compliments too. I don't know about the God thing, but because that's a guarantee I'll be hit by lightning now. But the way I like to joke is, no, I'm not God. I'm just the communicator. God's in management. I just leave that to somebody else. But hey, everybody, thanks a lot for coming. As Tom mentioned, this would not be possible if it weren't for Schoolcraft College, and in particular, the Department of Computer Graphics Technology. So let's give that department a round of applause. And it certainly is good to be here with you all this evening. I've already gotten one complaint about the cold and frost this morning, so let's just say that person spoke for everybody. But thank goodness it wasn't snowing this afternoon, and we have dry weather, beautiful sunshine out there right now. So everyone could actually join us here this evening and really learn a lot from each other. And really think of this entire session, this next 60 to 90 minutes, and especially during the reception, not only enjoying a lot of food, but also enjoying a lot of company. And really understanding that we all see each other basically eye to eye, and we're all in the game basically for the same reason. And really that is to improve humanity and really to make the world a better place. Our thing may just happen to be technology. But not only just technology for technology's sake, but also how we can use that to actually enhance the sharing opportunities, not just for ourselves, but for other people. And that's what all of us are going to learn here today. Going off of also what Tom mentioned, he mentioned the group DMovement, and that's going to be the first presenter. I'm going to allow Milton Roy to make his way up here and tell you a little bit first about DMovement and DMovement Meetup and what it's all about, just in general, and then Milton, of course, is going to fill in the specifics. But that organization, it basically provides startup resources and network opportunities for other entrepreneurs and technologists, and gives an opportunity to pitch business ideas to make them come to life and to become successful. Not just here, whether it's in Livonia or in Detroit or in Southeast Michigan, or even just the entire state, but also throughout the entire country and eventually globally. Now Milton, a little bit about him, he's a fellow MIT alum. We're all fellow nerds, but in particular he's also an MIT alum. I won't give up what date he graduated. If you won't give up the year I graduated, that'd be good. But one of the projects, it's interesting, he's based also on the west side of the state, and he was telling me a little bit about some of the technology that he's working on. And it involves engine technology and propulsion, not propulsion necessarily for jets, but I thought of the word propulsion because all the technology he's with, it involves cars, but it involves plasma technology. The type of stuff that the Air Force or that the United States government is doing to help fuel the SST flights, the supersonic flights that are going. So he's working on making your cars go supersonic. So maybe he'll talk a little bit about that too. Everyone, please give a round of applause. Milton Roy.
Thank you, Andrew. Do appreciate it. Let's see if we can. My wife and daughter have no patience with me because here I am, the MIT grad, and I rely upon them to do all of my computer stuff. So, we hit F5?
Yep, that's what he said.
Okay, yep, I got it. Great, thanks. I'm here to talk about DMovement. My name is Milton Roy. We all know why we're here. Southeast Michigan, Detroit, everything's always gloom and doom. We don't believe in that. We believe that Detroit really is a phoenix rising from the ashes. So we're here because we believe in positive power of thinking and we can make our own future. Well, as Andrew said, we're all engineers. So if you ask an engineer, any solution, any problem can be bounded by an equation. So here is the solution to the problems of the city of Detroit. And there it is. The D means you have to integrate across imports to the X power, natives to the Y power, innovations to the D power. Now, natives, that's most of you folks that are from here. Then you have folks like Ton and I that are not quite from here. They're what we call the foreigners. So some of us come from the wilds of Southeast Asia. Some of us come from even wilder places like Boston, Massachusetts, where I'm a native. So, I mean, we're really, really foreigners here, but this is a great inviting place. Andrew talked about my business. I could start it anywhere. I choose to be here because this is the power seat. This is where things are happening, and I'm really excited to be here. So what does it take to make things happen? Three things, going back to the equation they talked about, innovations to the D. The first is a startup company, a desire, a dream. So Ton has an electronic records management company for psychiatrists. Lots of paperwork, that's old school. You've got to find a way to get that organized. We have a fuel-saving technology for gas engine trucks and vans. As Andrew mentioned, he's thinking about the Air Force. One of our earliest applications, we are working with the Air Force at Wright Pat Air Force Base. Everyone's familiar with the F-15, F-16, F-22. There's Mach 1, maybe Mach 1.5, 1.8. Hypersonic aircraft, Mach 10. They're using our technology, a Michigan-based company. That's the kind of thing, that the technology we're bringing to trucks and vans to improve their fuel economy. Number two, you have to have expert training, entrepreneurial and startup expertise. You can go out west to Ann Arbor Spark, you can head to the north side to Automation Alley, or you can go to our hometown incubator, which is where Ton and I first met, TechTown. For any of you that are entrepreneurs, get out of your shell, admit what you don't know. It's kind of hard to tell someone from MIT and Harvard Business School they don't know much. I didn't know anything. I was starting a business. So these entrepreneurial incubators have just been the key to our success. The third is, you get all those things coming together, you have to have some way of engaging with folks. You can't do it alone, which is why we're here. And for us, that engagement vehicle is called DMovement. So what is DMovement? It's a communication vehicle and a community for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. We meet the first Wednesday of every month. There's always a keynote speaker, community leader, writer, some sort of facilitator. 5 entrepreneurs present for 5 minutes apiece, and there are 5 minutes of Q&A. We've garnered 600 members coming down to Detroit in our first year of business. It's been incredibly exciting. We shift our location around, so you have to look at the website to see where we are. But Dan Gilbert has hosted us. DMovement has hosted, TechTown has hosted us. Wayne State has hosted us. but our focus is being downtown because of the excitement and the vitality that's going on down there. So what do we get? All entrepreneurs? Yes, but we get investors, we get students, we get retirees, we get those who are just curious. So it's a lot of fun. Where are we from? Obviously we're from the D, we're from Detroit. We get folks coming in from Ann Arbor to our meetup, from Wayne State, from the northern suburbs, from Lansing. We just moved our household to Grand Rapids. I come back every month to host this as part of my giving back to the city. So if I can make it from Grand Rapids, I'm actually on time. Those of you that know me know I'm never on time. Never! I'm on time for time. So this is a picture of some of the crowds that we've had, and we draw between 50 and almost 90 people. It's a really, really fun environment. So to kind of come to a close, that's us. DNewTech Entrepreneurship Forum. Uh-oh, what are we missing? We're missing you. So that's my last slide. You can see some of our sponsors. We'll get a really great bunch of folks. So hopefully you'll come out and check us out. That's it for me, folks. Thank you.
Milton, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And remember everybody, since we're at a school, feel free to take notes. Quite a bit of stuff up here, quite interesting. And also, everyone's got mobile devices. Please make sure, of course, make sure they're on silent or vibrate. But in addition, if you feel like it, go ahead and open up your apps, whether it's Facebook, Google+, or Twitter, and go ahead and tweet out and message folks. Let everyone know what's going on here. Who knows, we might see some new faces later on this evening. But Milton, Roy, thank you very much. All right, the next group is SEMA FX Meetup. Is Scott Dunham here?
Man, I wish he was.
Great. Oh, okay, great. SEMA FX it's actually an acronym. It stands for the Southeast Michigan Animation and Visual Effects Network. And Scott, he sort of got this thing started back in April of 1998. And reading a little bit about how he got things started, it's really a lesson in perseverance. Because when he first started out, everyone maybe gets the idea or maybe feels within themselves, and I may be talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself, about how scary it can be when it comes up to what you think is a new idea and trying to get other people interested and other people on board. Well, when Scott started out, maybe about 7 or 8 people showed up. But he stuck with things, and really that 8 grew into 50. Then it grew into 75, and now it's grown up to 100 or more. And he's really a shining example of how passion plus perseverance equals productivity and progress. Everyone, please give a round of applause to Scott Dunham.
Yes, I am Scott Paul Dunham, and been working on my wardrobe a little bit. Some of you guys might be confused. I've also been working out a lot, and so yeah, things are going good for me. I'm not Scott. No, it's quite all right. But I would be any day of the week. I'd be flattered to be mistaken for Scott. He's a good friend, and means a lot to me. I want to be able to share that with you. Tom, my presentation, was I supposed to already load that or something?
In the meantime, Shane, what's your first and last name?
Shane Siva. Oh, here I am.
Everyone give Shane a round.
It's all here. I didn't even graduate from MIT, and I was able to find presentations. It's amazing. I'm just going to launch. I did a double click. I learned that at college, and I'm going to utilize the presentation button. Thank you. Yeah. So a little bit about SEMA FX. I think you're going to hear a typical rant here tonight is just how important community is, and when you can find something to focus on and bring people together around a common interest. People have this magical ability to forget about themselves and focus on the thing that they're trying to do, and all of a sudden life is much better. And SEMA FX is another one of those places where that has happened for me, and I feel very fortunate to have discovered this group probably around the year 2000. And around 2000, this was not me. This was my ideal of who I was going to be someday. This is a animation professional sitting at a digital suite costing probably hundreds of thousands of dollars in a Pixar studio somewhere. My first animation gig out of college, I was thrown in a back corner in a room above fish bones and told to make beautiful pictures of sewer systems. And that's what I did, and I was very happy and fortunate to have that job. And I worked as an animator and digital rendering specialist for an engineering company. Later on, I got to do some pretty fun projects and help visualize the Detroit riverfront, if anyone has seen that. But it took me a while to get there and be able to work on some projects that were more satisfying. I was the frowny face animator for a while. But very quickly I discovered and kind of happened into this SEMA Effects community, and they were able to show me the path forward to become my dream. Along the way, I met some people that created some very interesting and inspiring digital media. So what does SEMA Effects community, what do they create? I came alongside some people that created an entire industry of digital effects and animation in the Detroit area. So anyone here see a car commercial recently? Yes, you're bombarded by them daily. And that is something that comes out of the local Detroit area. For the most part, many of the car commercials that we see are generated right here in the Detroit area. And through the SEMA Effects group, I came alongside and was kind of befriended and mentored by people that were building an industry from the ground up. And they can tell you some pretty amazing stories of almost losing it, almost watching an entire industry being outsourced to California, where the people really know how to do work. But no, they were able to prove that, you know, we can do this work and we can do it well, and we can do it better than anyone. And these folks, kind of from the ground up, a little user group of ragtag animators banded together and kind of went on like this pizza and coffee binge for like 2 weeks to generate this amazing portfolio of animation work related to the automotive industry, and built overnight entire companies that had the capacity to meet what GM, Chrysler, and the automotive industry was asking for. Now, you would be hard-pressed to watch a car commercial that doesn't have animation expertise that come out of the Detroit area, and they don't even photograph cars anymore. They create them as digital assets entirely in the computer synthetically ahead of time so that they can do crazy things with them, like ride them up and down the edge of the REM center or something like that, because that's what you need to see when you're getting ready to buy a new car. You want to know that my vehicle is so dang sweet that I can drive it on water because it is the Jesus car. I'm working with the God theme tonight as best I can. So some of the other things that the SEMA Effects group started to take on, like they were able to harness all of this talent that was in the area and capture the industry that was right at our doorstep, the automotive industry. But folks who get into this kind of stuff oftentimes go down this path because we've seen something that kind of sets your creative spirits on fire. You usually watch a movie, play a video game, or remember that animated series from your childhood, and you're like, someday I want to do that. And it's pretty cool to see that now the local animation and visual effects industry is doing that work. Here's a many-time Oscar-nominated and winning film, Hugo. Many of the visual effects that were done in this film were done in Michigan, out of a studio called With a Twist out of Rochester. Excuse me. So the very folks that came together to figure out how to build digital cars also are taking that same skill set to directly compete with Hollywood and now outsourced to India or wherever, which is kind of an interesting twist on the story, is that now the Detroit area has expertise that are sought after worldwide, and we can compete in that market. So, getting your foot in the door on a $300 million film project and being able to work on effects of that level is a world-class achievement. And again, being in the CMFX group, I had the good fortune of brushing shoulders with people that were doing that and showing me how they did it along the way. So how do you build that kind of network? You heard a little bit about Scott Dunham, who I am not, again. And I looked probably more like this guy when I first met Scott. I had that kind of lost look, blank stare in my face, wondering where my friends are. And show me what should I do, Scott? How do I do this? So Scott Dunham, this is a actual file photograph of Scott. As you can see, I'm telling you the truth. There's nothing I could do to my visual representation tonight to modify it, but I would actually be Scott Dunham. I'm not Scott Dunham. I just want to belabor that point. But Scott is the guy who I met that introduced me to everyone else that I would meet over the last 10 years. This is also a mischaracterization of Scott. He did not quote this. I wrote this quote for him. But I think it is accurate. Scott is the consummate networker. He starts a group that's all about the digital arts, and then you show up somewhere and you're meeting people that just built a car wash. And you're like, how are you? Why are you here? And they're like, well, maybe I want an animation of my car wash. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So, I mean, Scott is the kind of person that just shows up everywhere. He's got that talent. There is not a meeting that he hasn't been to and knows some people and can work those kind of networking connections. And here is some file footage evidence of him doing his thing, hanging out. Look how happy and smiley everyone is with Scott. Even Imperial stormtroopers in the bottom left, like Scott Dunham. I mean, he's just that kind of guy that is able to get out and make friends and build communities. I've had the good fortune of just coming alongside and riding his wake and seeing the communities that he forms in the digital realm and the film areas and just entrepreneurial side of things. These are the people that sustain our communities, and it's been great just to be there and help them build that as well. So, what is a network? And it seems like that's kind of like the new metaphor for our current age. Everyone's trying to figure out how networks work and how do you make great ones. I did not make this graphic representation. And another, this is another fakery here. I stole this from Google. But I did look at several different representations of network diagrams. I promise you that. And I liked this one because it had some movement and momentum to it. And a lot of times we'll see network representations that are stagnant, and you have these little points connected, and that's the meaning, is that everything is connected. But in reality, there's this movement and progression behind all these people that are together. They're trying to do something together, and it kind of has this swirlingness to it. And just being caught up in that, I think, is part of the experience. One of the things that you get by joining or being a part of the CMFX community is first-hand access to some of the most exciting industry tools. So, and this is where you figure out exactly what kind of nerd you are. If you see a screen like this that's kind of deep gray and has many complicated buttons on it, and something in you stirs to say, man, that is beautiful, and I wish I could push all of those buttons at once, then you know that you probably belong inside the CMFX community, or at least find some other digital arts support group to join immediately. Do not push your desires upon ordinary people who do not have the capacity to handle multiple screens of checkboxes at once, because it's really important. So, this is the kind of stuff that got me going and excited. I would have dreams about palettes of gray boxes that I could push buttons on. And I just went to a conference last month that Scott put together about this great new tool from Autodesk that's for doing video editing. Beautiful stuff. And the great thing is that it never ends. there's just tools upon tools in this digital realm, in the digital marketplace, kind of what we're experiencing now in apps on your phone. There's 100 million of them that you could download that do everything from Twitter yourself to emailing your toaster. These apps are all trying to solve little problems. And inside the digital tool set, there's a huge proliferation of it. It just never ends. Every day there's a new piece of software to tackle a different problem. And it's fun. They're like candy. You can always find another one and do something with. And that's a lot of what you get by being a part of a user group like SEMAffects, is you get that first-hand introduction, oftentimes from the people that designed or had some sort of programming effort go into the product. They can tell you why it does what it does and why it doesn't do the one thing that you always wish that it would do, and they can look you in the eye and say, I'm sorry, we're not going to make it do that, because then it would ruin our pricing model and we would not be able to charge you $10,000 for the other version. So other opportunities that you get by being part of the SEMAffects community, and this is where it gets kind of fun. We always have that kind of industry tool set side. But it is an artist group. It is a group of arts. It's a group where people are creating and making new media all the time, and kind of just stretching their own creative muscles, working for other people, putting together portfolios, demo reels, and we have little challenges to kind of draw us out of the woodwork, because a lot of times you can get stuck just pushing the check boxes back and forth, and you never actually do anything. You just kept pushing buttons, but nothing came out. So having opportunities to actually create and deliver something and show it to an audience, and specifically an audience that can appreciate it. People that have gone down that path before know how many check boxes you have to go through to get that thing out on the screen, and all the frustration of watching that last progress bar that just will never finish, the 99% progress bar. What is up with that? Why does the 99% mark really mark the 1% of you beginning to wait? But anyway, so we have these things called like the Double Dog Dare Ya Challenge that we do, and it's not like the tongue to the flagpole, but that could be the inspiration for the challenge. And then someone has to go out and execute that to the limits of their own imagination. And then you get back together and you see what everyone else made. And it really does kind of have this inspiring moment where you're like, man, there's nothing new or cool. And then you show up and see what your friends did, and you're like, man, everything is new and cool. I can't wait to do it all again. And so we get to do that, and we get to do that as a community. And that's the kind of thing that keeps you going through the drudgery of bosses that are telling you to do things that, they're like, how could you frustrate yourself the most? That's what I want you to do. Whatever it is that this tool does that makes you frustrated, I want you to do that for the rest of your life. And a lot of times that's kind of where you're stuck. But when you get together with people that know the potential of the tools, know the creative possibilities, they give you license to have some freedom and try some stuff. So we actually hosted a little event here. Schoolcraft has been a great host of SEMAffects over the years. Things that I've seen in this room, a gentleman from NASA came here, and he was the videographer for every NASA launch. And he showed us file footage from all the launches, and showed us the digital workflow. And how cool is that? These are the types of people that I've gotten to meet through SEMAffects. The guy who invented the visual effects for Star Wars Episode 1. All right, we'll just leave it at that. He's still a good guy. So we have other meetings that are coming up, and there's one coming up here in April. We're actually starting to reach out of the Detroit area. The local community is great, but we're always trying to figure out how to branch out and strengthen it with other institutions and groups that are in different areas of southeast-ish areas. So the next event is going to Ferris State, and you're definitely invited to come in on that road rally kind of trip and meet up with some other graphics professionals just a little bit north of us. And some other events that SEMAffects has done in the past. One year they rented a bus, and they skinned the whole thing like in SEMAffects style, and went to, was that Boston? Yeah, I went to Boston. So they kind of had this digital effects party wagon that showed up Detroit style and represented in a way that industry-wide was recognized. It's like, wow, these guys are this enthusiastic and supportive of their own community in the digital arts. And it was pretty impressive to just be a part of that kind of community. And you're definitely invited to join us if these kinds of tools and projects and different community mashups get you going. Then we would love to have you come out, learn alongside us, show us your work, and grow the SEMA FX community.
You also fixed the bus so that it made it to Boston. The belt.
Oh, the belt, yeah. So they had to render a new belt halfway through. That took like all night. They had to have the computer going on that. Beautiful. That's all I got.
Shane Siebel, everybody. Sorry about the name screw up there. I apologize. Just didn't keep up with my notes, basically. But Shane, what you said is just very inspiring, very inspiring. A couple things I got out of it, actually. First of all, Frowny Face Animator. I think that's a great band name. Even though you're going to hear a great band later on, well, actually coming up next. But I like that. Also, and I've been saying this for years, really Detroit is the capital of innovation. Not just for the United States, but also for the rest of the world. I mean, there is so much intelligence here and ingenuity. It is on par or better than anything that comes out of MIT Media Lab or anything on the West Coast, whether it's at Stanford University and their human-machine integrated lab or USC's integrated media lab or anything out of Silicon Valley. And really, this is the place to be when it comes to things that, that Shane was talking about. Because when you think about technology, sure, you have places on the East Coast and you have places on the West Coast, but Detroit is the place that's right in the middle of the country that really does have it all. Not just for the rest of us here in Southeast Michigan, but also for the rest of the world. And folks like SEMA FX and folks like Shane and like Scott are really proving that. So feel free to talk to him a bit later and learn more about his group and join him. All right, what's coming up next? Well, we're going to hear from a band, speaking of innovative band names and great band names, Hand in the Ocean. I'm going to allow them to set up. That's what, are they next or is it the next presenter time?
Actually presenter.
Is that actually a presenter? Okay, I thought we were going in order of the program here. So Hand in the Ocean, hang on for a second. Thanks a lot, didn't mean to scare you. Our next presenter is going to be Keith Zendler. Is Keith here?
Yes.
Great, thank you very much, Keith. Keith is part of People Movers. PeopleMovers.com is an online network of people and organizations that work together to impact their communities. PeopleMovers.com provides nonprofit organizations, businesses, churches, associations, and governments with free online community networks. After we hear from Keith, you're going to hear from other folks here today, including Social Media Michigan Meetup and plenty of other organizations. But for now, please give Keith Zendler a round of applause.
All right, let's see if I'm smart enough to figure this out here. But
Help you out, man. Get your color right here.
Good evening, everybody. Oh man, all right, this is good. I live in Detroit now. I learn every time I go and I speak, I say good evening or good morning, and then you hear that. Good evening. Right. So it's just it's interesting. But anyway, I'm very glad to be here. Thank you, Tom, and for putting this all together. I know pushing forward and just moving the needle and bringing people together is a challenge in this city. And obviously just in life in general, there's so many things going on, but this is really a great event. I'm very honored to be here. So what I want to talk about is People Movers and what we're doing and hopefully get you excited about some of the things that I'm seeing in our network. You look at this picture here and it's a nice picture of Detroit. I mean, we've got a beautiful city, big buildings. Got this riverfront, water, great property. We've got industry here in Detroit, and you know, we've got incredible wealth, we've got great organizations, we've got incredible people, and yet for some reason, you know, we just can't seem to get it together. I mean, we've just struggled for so long, and we could spend a long time just talking about where our problems came from and what the root causes are. But I think, from my perspective, what I've seen over the past, you know, 40 years, or let's just say 30 years of being conscious and being engaged with businesses and leaders in the region, I think the biggest problem that I can see is that we just don't seem to do a very good job of working together. We are a region that historically has big divisions. You know, we have roads like 8 Mile that are very symbolic of those kinds of divisions that have been part of our history. And as we now move forward into the 21st century, where there's so much energy and so much desire to fix things, what still tends to happen is we get these silos. You know, where the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. We have this organization doing that, and right next door to it is another organization that's doing the same thing. Or maybe this organization needs this, and right next door is an organization that has that, but they don't know about each other. And just, there's so much duplicated effort going on in the city. We all want to make it better. We all have the right heart, but again, it's just been a very big challenge to get us on the same page. And so it's kind of out of my experience of being on boards and being in the community and working in community outreach, and then also being an entrepreneur in the recycling industry for 23 years, that I created this network called People Movers. And some of you might be familiar with it, some of you might already be on. I know some of you are on People Movers, but what is it? It's an online, we've really struggled with this, by the way. I mean, this is a real challenge because there's a lot going on People Movers for some of you who have been on it and have watched it from the very beginning, Jeff Adams. But it is, in essence, an online network for making a better world. I mean, we're based in Detroit. We came out of the Tech Town program. But it's social media, but it's different than social media. It's not like Facebook where, you know, it's more focused on, you know, putting my food from lunch and, you know, what I had to eat and my bathing suit shots and all that. You don't want to see those. But, and it's not more the professional side for LinkedIn, but it's really a network where organizations of all kinds, whether they're nonprofits or governments or businesses or churches or synagogues, and just people who care can connect, communicate, and collaborate. I mean, that's the idea, is, you know, everybody that's involved in how do we make Detroit better, how do we make our states better, how do we make our world better, can start to collaborate and work together. This is really the dominant question that we focus on in People Movers. You know, how are you making a better world? You know, that really is why you come to People Movers. If you somehow are engaged in making this planet better, this is a network where we want you to share what you're doing, share your ideas. Of course, there's opportunities that we all have to volunteer, to post resources that we might have. Organizations use it to spread news about what they're doing. And then we've got a feature called Projects, where we're starting to see collaboration on various projects. But we're really creating a whole ecosystem for organizations to connect to each other. Because as we looked at what was available in the kind of social media landscape, we just didn't see anything that really allowed organizations with all of the different things that they're doing to be able to start to connect with each other. And so that's what the People Movers Network facilitates. We're in our 4th year, and it's grown to over 900 organizations. You see many of the organizations that are in the network here, but it has been a challenge to bring the different entities, you know, to bring all these different organizations into the same room and to start talking to each other using the network, but it is happening. We now have somewhere around 14,000 users every month. That very steady number. They spend about an hour and a half a month on average on the site. We've got very, very strong user demographics. The average visit is about 30 minutes So for those of you who track those kind of numbers, it's pretty strong. Only Facebook actually comes close in the social media world. But people are using the network to really get work done. We're seeing it as the platform for people, that 10% that tend to be really involved in a lot of different organizations and making things happen. So we're very excited about what's already been happening here in Metro Detroit. So we're now starting to work with statewide organizations, entities like the Michigan Community Service Commission, the Corporation for National and Community Service, the Michigan Nonprofit Association. And so what we're doing is we're going to start rolling the network out in a campaign called Knit the Mitten. So that's 2012. This is the campaign that we're currently engaged in right now. We're kind of in the pre-launch phase of it, where we want to connect all the businesses, all the nonprofits, all the governments and people across Michigan. That's our goal. Get us all connecting and sharing information. And the way we're going to stoke that fire is we're going to get digital interns from various universities across the state. And so students who are engaged in service learning are going to be are being trained right now. We actually just started doing that at Oakland University. And we've got other universities that are getting queued up. And we're going to be putting these digital interns in all the different organizations, governments, nonprofits, and businesses across the state so that they can get them set up on get their People Mover site set up, and then start preloading information so that the sharing and the effective database that's being created can start to really have some powerful information in it. And then starting Labor Day, we're going to do a statewide media blitz where we're going to just be pushing this message out to everybody. Connect and share, work together using People Movers so that we can build a better Michigan. So that's Knit the Mitten. So what is this about? Just one more time. What is People Movers about? Well, it's a network that allows for connection. So this is kind of our formula. You take connection, you add communication, as people get to they see each other, they start talking, they start sharing what they're doing back and forth. That then leads into collaboration, and then that starts to build relationships. And that's also called social capital and community development circles, represented by the smiley face and the dollar sign. I thought that was kind of cool. But social capital, it's what makes a region strong. When people know each other, when people have relationships, when communities have relationships, it's a strong community. You've all heard it said before, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And it's so true. When somebody's struggling and they need help, if they know people, if they have friends, if they have neighbors that they can reach out to, they're much more likely to make it through the difficult times than if they're all by themselves and all they can do is rely on a form or a website to try to get something done. And so what we're really trying to do is just jumpstart the connection between people and between organizations so that it can start to turn into real relationships, and when those relationships happen, we have a strong community. Really what, the organizations that we've talked about are the meetup groups and some of the organizations I'm sure we'll hear about today. I mean, more than anything, I'm seeing it's going to be all about who you know. I think a lot of us know we're getting blanketed with digital messages, and it just turns into white noise after a while. It's going to be about those real relationships. It's about, okay, yes, I connected online, but who do I really know? And so engaging in real community is going to be more important than ever, and we just want to be a tool to help those happen. So here's our goal: a better Detroit, a better Michigan, a better country, and at the end of the day, a better world. We have an incredible platform here in Detroit. I mean, all of the messed up stuff that's happened is really a perfect backdrop for the story of how we as a people, we as a number of groups all came together to rebuild. And I encourage you all, just take a few minutes, create a profile on People Movers. If you have an organization, create a profile. It's all free. And just take a few minutes each week to share what you're doing, to post your events, to post your needs, to post your news. Connections are happening. And we want to see that all of the organizations that are out here are getting connected and are getting, so people know about it, because there are people looking to connect. Again, we've got a terrific stage. Believe it or not, this has actually attracted the attention of the White House. And there's a real interest in seeing us come together. And we hope to be a part of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Keith, for sharing your information, not only about people movers, but well, obviously it was about people movers, but also, in addition to sharing your vision, but also your bold plans that are in place right now and some of the goals that you have set for the future. So please feel free to talk with Keith after the presentations this evening, learn more about him, and join in. All right, now on to some music. While Hand in the Ocean sets up, I'm going to explain a little bit about them. Hand in the Ocean is a group of 3 musicians out of Detroit who play their own unique take on folk music. They formed in the spring of 2011. The members include Jeremy Dulock, is that pronounced correctly? Yeah. Jordan Evans, that's easier. Nate Tapling or Tapling? Tapling. Nate Tapling. And they've been writing and playing together ever since. Taking influences from all genres of music, including their folk label basically adheres to more about the instruments they play rather than the sound that actually comes out of their instruments. It's a mixture of crisp harmonies, racing banjo, and dynamic guitars, and it makes for a barrage of different songs, different sounds that are really brisk and memorable and can be very melodic at times. The Hand in the Ocean forgoes the typical songwriting structure also, and attempts to create a sound that's really all their own. And I think you really enjoy it. Everyone, please give a round of applause to The Hand in the Ocean.
Thank you for that great introduction. Thank you very much. Yeah, like I said, we're from Detroit. We live on the east side, and hopefully we can make your night a little better right now. Again, we're the Hand in the Ocean. If you like our stuff, check us out, and maybe we'll send you some of it if you ask. So, this next one called "Not My Way to Feel."
Also, there's been some really awesome presentations tonight. Super interesting stuff. We've never been to anything like this.
We're big fans of keeping it local and making Detroit better. So, really support what you guys are doing here.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I was born by the river, and that is where I will kneel down, and I am alone now, but I won't be for long. Oh, oh, oh. And I know that this is done. I can see that we have won.
If anything can be everything, then would you be more than nothing and waste all your oxygen on me? 'Cause forgetting your loved ones lasts longer than loving them, and I can barely breathe. If anything can be your everything, then would you be more than nothing? Waste all your oxygen on me. 'Cause forgetting your loved ones lasts longer than loving them, and I can barely breathe.
I will not climb just to die. I will follow you. We turned our backs to the sky. You will follow suit. I dreamt that this was all a lie. I would swallow you. Isn't on my way to feel you have broken me. Isn't on my way to feel you have broken me. Isn't on my way to feel you have broken me. Isn't on my way to feel you've broken me. It isn't on my way to feel you've broken me. It isn't on my way to feel you've broken me.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Another round of applause, please. Hand in the ocean. Gentlemen, thank you very much. That again was Jeremy Dulock, Jordan Evans, and Nate Tapling. We're happy that we could bring some new experiences and new ideas to you, and thank you for bringing us some new sounds and some new music to us. We appreciate it very much. All right, the next presentation. Janet Mehta, I met you earlier. I know you're here along with your lovely wife. In fact, Jack and I have had a discussion. He's originally from India, and the first time that he came to the United States was it undergraduate or graduate school? For graduate school over at Carnegie Mellon, where he flourished and was very successful, and now he's doing some great things that involve social media, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, and email marketing. So whether you have a company or maybe a band, and you really want to get the word out about the type of work that you're doing to attract more viewers or maybe more collaborators, well, Janek and his wife are the ones to see. They founded Social Media Michigan, and they also will be meeting live, and they also do webinars and teleseminars. But to explain more about it, please give a round of applause to Janek Mehta.
First of all, I want to thank Andrew and Dan for giving us an opportunity. And the presentation is about to... right there. So once again, thanks Andrew for a great introduction, and thanks Dan for inviting Social Media Michigan here. And I really wanted to thank Schoolcraft College Computer Graphics Technology Department. So heads up to you guys for providing us a great venue. So what I also want to do is I also want to thank my wife, who's also my partner in crime, and she's the reason we started Social Media Michigan. So it's all because of her. So what is Social Media Michigan? So Social Media Michigan is actually a place for Michigan entrepreneurs in action. What I mean by Michigan entrepreneurs in action is whether you have a small business or a mid-sized business or you are just a solopreneur, it doesn't matter. Whether you are starting your business, whether you are growing your business, it doesn't matter. This is a place where Michigan entrepreneurs who actually are interested in growing their business using digital marketing strategies. So this is a place, and we meet on a monthly basis. And really the big goal we have is we talk about digital marketing strategies. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, which we are going to talk about this next week, or mobile marketing. Doesn't matter what the topic is, but it's all about digital marketing. And the big thing is, we are not the kind of organization where we bring people together and you come there and you go home. You learn something, you go home and don't do anything. We're the place where you come, you learn, you go home and implement those strategies, whether it's in your business, in your job, doesn't matter. But you come back next month and you share with us the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's a big goal we have. And our members are really passionate about digital media marketing strategies. And this is the typical, this is our meeting place. And we get about 50 to about 70 people. We actually meet at Eastern Michigan University, pretty next door, 6 miles. So what do we do at the meetings? The first 45 minutes is about social and dinner. So we do feed you, number one. And you can hang out with the like-minded entrepreneurs. And the big part about Social Media Michigan meeting is this marketing minutes. This is where you are going to learn from each other. And we are all about sharing. And I'm not talking about sharing just one or two strategies. I'm talking about, okay, I ran this campaign last month and these are my results. So you share what you're actually doing in your business and how you are using those strategies in your business, which really has helped you, or, well, the campaign bombed. So it doesn't matter what the results are, but it's all about sharing. And the good part about Social Media Michigan is we started back in 2008, but we've been able to attract a lot of local entrepreneurs, whether it's IT companies or even local service companies, even dentists, chiropractors, so a lot of small business owners as well. So it doesn't matter what kind of company you have or if you're a consultant, but it's really all about taking action, learning, and sharing. And feature topics. So each month we talk about different topic, and again it ranges from anywhere from SEO, social media. It doesn't matter what the implications are for your business, but the topic is all about digital marketing. That's a key. And it's not just me and my wife talk all the time. It's we actually invite local experts on digital marketing strategies and some national experts too. So it's a fun place. And this is an example of how people just stand up and they start sharing of what they have done. And it's really intimate group. And as you can see on this side, we have a doctor here as well. So I'm still puzzled why he still attends our meetings, but he's excited. I think he's interested in starting a startup, but starting a company. So I don't know. But we attract like different kind of people, but we are all passionate about starting, growing businesses. So why do we do it? That's a big question. Why we are here, right? So it's all about helping Michigan, helping Detroit. So me and my wife back in 2008, we saw this confusion in my clients' eyes, in my students' eyes, that the social media was very, very confusing. It was starting to take, it was heating up, right? A lot of people started to learn about social media. A lot of companies have started to use social media in their business, right? So we thought that why don't we start a group where we actually talk about social media. Not only that, we share strategies, and then maybe the big differentiation would be that they have to go back home and implement it and come back and share with us what they have learned and what they have done and the results. So you can actually, at any meeting you come to, you can learn about different strategies. Not only that, but you can actually get data from different industries. And that's the fun part about Social Media Michigan, where in one meeting in 3 hours you learn so much, and it's just fun. So that's the reason why we do it. We have helped over 200 entrepreneurs in the last 3 years, and really the way we have helped them is removing boundaries from their mind and their business. So most of the businesses, as I told you, they were local entrepreneurs, local service professionals, and they just think 5-mile radius. So what we have been able to do is we've been able to help them with social media, and then they attract clients from all over, not only Michigan, all over the nation. So that's a big success, and that's a big reason why we love hosting these meetings. And some results. So we talk about results all the time. So combined followers, friends, likes, connections is over 250,000 in last 3 years. So because of what we have done, this is what our members have shared, and members are actually sharing, campaign results and the numbers. So according to FTC, I'm not allowed to talk about the money, but it's in the range of close to $500,000. So that's a real impact Social Media Michigan has made for our members in the last 3 years. And really, yeah, we are responsible for improving members' bottom line. So this is where we hosted. Eastern Michigan University is not too far from here. And it's third Thursdays of each month, 6 to 9 p.m. And we also host, beyond that meeting, we also host live webinars and other workshops. So if you want to learn more about Social Media Michigan, you can always Google us, Social Media Michigan. We pretty much own the page. And you can always attend the first meeting completely free, or you can just go to socialmediami.com/register. And the next meeting is on Google+. So if you are unfamiliar with that network, I know Google+ has just, yesterday they changed their look and feel. So again, a lot of people are confused about that. So we'll talk about Google+ on April 19th. So hopefully I'll see you, all of you there. Thank you.
Johnny, thank you very much, and also to your lovely wife. Congratulations on the success that you have so far. And I think with the rest of this evening, I'm sure you're bound for more success. So good luck. Up next, Motor City Photographers. Alana St. Laurent, are you here? Yes, you are. She is from Troy, and they basically want to help. What she and Motor City Photography Workshop, what they basically want to do is help bring people together here in Detroit, basically to make it a better place. And the key thing that they are doing, when I say they, Alana helped form this organization along with her partner, Jesse Welter. They formed Motor City Photography Workshops to help beginning and advanced Detroit photographers to develop their photography skills while also having fun getting to know their fellow photographers. So, without further ado, Alana.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Get too close enough. Hi. It sounds so funny being up here hearing the reverberation. Okay, so my name is Alana St. Laurent, and I am part owner of Motor City Photography Workshops. And Jesse Welter, if you would stand, just so stand up, don't be shy. He's a little shy. So yeah, this is Jesse. So he's co-partner, part owner of Motor City Photography Workshops, and we are actually housed in Royal Oak. And even though we do events around Detroit, we still have our home in Royal Oak at Parker Creative Co-op Photography Studio, which is his studio, and so we're housed out of that. We just started our business back in October, and him and I are both photographers, and we have been working as professional photographers. Myself just over a year, and he's been doing it for about a year now as well. And we both sell our work at the Rust Belt Market in Ferndale. I don't know how many of you have been to the Rust Belt Market. A few of you. Okay, so that means there's many of you that have some homework. You need to go to the Rust Belt Market in Ferndale. It is a weekend artist, designer, and vintage market. It's at the corner of 9 and Woodward, and if you know where the Old Navy used to be, that is where it's located. And I've seen your band there. we're vendors. We're there every weekend, so you guys rock. So thank you. One of the reasons we came to create this company is because we constantly get people coming up to us while we sell our photography, and they keep asking us questions. How do you take that picture? How can I become a better photographer? I have this camera and I have no idea how to use it. So we started thinking about creating a venue where we can bring these people together and help them learn more about photography. So how many people here today have a camera? Okay, and how many people want to learn how to use their camera or take better pictures than what they currently take? Okay, so there's a fair number of people here. So so that's really our goal, is to help bring people together in a fun and casual way to learn more about photography and learn about their camera. With the technology today, cameras have become less expensive, and anybody really can get their hands on a camera, and more people than ever before have been taking pictures. So that was one of the reasons that we wanted to form this group, because we saw a need in people really wanting to learn how to take better pictures, whether taking a picture of their children or their pet, or even if they want to get into photography on a professional level. We saw a way that we could take the people that we already knew in our photography world, who have some great photography skills, and bringing our local talent together to help teach people more about their photography skills. So as you see up on our slide, we currently have about 240 members. When we started it back in October, we really didn't offer too many workshops. We had kind of a slow start, mainly because we were getting into the holidays, so we didn't really offer too many workshops around Christmas, but once January hit, we kind of got off and running. Since we started, we've held 21 outings, and currently our sponsor is Camera Mart, and then we just got our sponsor is Bean and Leaf Cafe in Royal Oak. If you've ever been there, we're going to be holding some of our discussion series on a bi-monthly basis there. So we offer both free and paid workshops. So for people that maybe don't want to pay for a workshop, we still have free outings. So if you still want to come out and join us and still have fun and get to know local or local photographers that live amongst you, it would be a great way to do that. Some of the free outings that we've held so far, we held an outing at the Guardian building. We just got together and took pictures within the lobby. If you've never been to the Guardian building, you really need to go. It's one of our most beautiful buildings in the city. So the architecture is Art Deco, and it's quite beautiful. So you need to go see it if you haven't already. We also did a tour through the Masonic Temple, another beautiful building where they took us on a tour throughout the building, and we were able to take pictures. Another amazing architectural gem in our city. On the Michigan train station, we actually had an outing where we were going to take pictures outside the train station, and one of our members had approached us a few days after we had posted it up on our meetup group, and she said, well, I have a connection where we can actually get inside the train station. So we had to keep it a secret. She wanted it to be a surprise, so it wasn't until the day of our outing that we announced to everyone that was coming to our outing that we were going to get access inside the train station. And I don't know how many of you have ever been to the train station, but since we've been at the Rust Belt over the last year, I've really come across many, many people who love this building. And if any building is an icon in the city, it's definitely the train station. So I also have a short video I'll show in a few minutes just of us walking through the train station so you can see what it looks like on the inside if you've never seen pictures of it. And Meet the Mentor discussion series is a series of discussions hosted by our esteemed photographer Eric Tillman, who's not here this evening, but he is a professional photographer. He's been doing photography for 40 years, and he has graciously volunteered to do this discussion series for free, where anyone can come to the outings at the Bean and Leaf and ask questions that they have about anything about photography. And we're also going to be doing a themed outing each month as well. So we just had our first meeting last night at the Bean and Leaf, and so our next meeting on April 25th from 7 to 9 on Wednesday is going to be a critique. So people can bring in their prints, they can bring in any digital files of any pictures, and they can have him critique their pictures. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing, because people are always wanting to know how they're doing with their photography. So. And then some of the paid workshops that we offer, the urban outings are probably our most popular outings, where we take photographers in groups and we go to abandoned buildings. So some people are afraid of doing that, but we do it in a safe environment where we go in a group of people, and we also help guide people how to take pictures within the abandoned buildings and answer any questions they have about composition and so forth. So it's kind of like a little bit of a workshop in itself on top of the urban outing. We also have taught some lighting classes like speed lighting and tabletop lighting. And then we also had a fashion model shoot at the Rust Belt Market. And Eric also teaches the Intro to Lightroom. Anyone who is semi-serious about photography has probably heard about Lightroom, and it's a great software that a lot of professional and amateur photographers are starting to use. So this is just a little bit of information about our urban outing workshops and the places that we've been. The Packard plant, the Fisher Body plant. We've been to some schools, we've been to some churches, and we've been to the Marine Bobolo Terminal. So those are just some of the locations we've been to so far, and we're going to be going to more. And I don't know where my video is. I don't know if the video is somewhere on here or not. But if it's not, then okay. So anyway, we did have a video, but maybe
is there a video on the website of yours or?
No, but I can put it up there. Yeah, I'll have a link to it, so I'll put it up on YouTube so people will be able to find it. So essentially what we were able to do, we had about 20 people. We were hosted by the security company that currently secures the building, because they are doing some restoration work on the Michigan train station. So they made us wear some hard hats. And we were confined just to the first floor of the building, and they just let us walk to certain areas in the building. I've been in there in the past before they started doing the construction, but it is really a breathtaking building. So how to join? Anyone can join our group. We also have a Facebook fan page, which we are currently building our fans on there, so please go like our page. We've also been running some contests, and we're also going to start doing a monthly photo contest where anyone who is a member of our group who has been to one of our outings, we're going to start doing a monthly contest where you can submit your photo, and then Jesse and I will choose the winning photo, and then they get to be the picture on our Facebook fan page for that month. So just a kind of incentive to get people to come on out to our group and get their work noticed by more people. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Alana, thank you very much, and thank you also, Jesse. Sorry about the snafu with the video, but please get your contact information to Alana or Jesse so they can email you the link eventually to their YouTube page so you can actually see the video and some of the work that they're doing.
Put it up.
And, you know, sometimes I like to see some of the connections that are with all of us. And I was just going over the presenters that we have so far. So we can have someone like Alana and her photographers shoot a band like Hand in the Ocean, not only with still photography, but also videography, videotape it basically, help make a music video, get in contact with Shane and SEMA FX, put some special effects on the video, upload it up to People Movers. Keith, are you still here, Keith? All right, there you go. With Keith. And then to help to optimize that and maybe get more attention to it, talk with Janik in Social Media Michigan to see how to make it more successful. So, who knows? That could be a possibility. Hopefully something like that grows. So let's see who we have next and how maybe they can fit in. All right, our next presenter is Michigan Drupal Web Design. There we go. You make a website and then make that more popular. So Drupal Web Design, and the presenter is Andrew Blanchard. Andrew, you're here, I see. Nice first name, I got the same one. Andrew is originally from Cadillac, Michigan, and he now lives in Northville. He realizes or recognizes that people of his generation and other generations really have really made such a significant impact that really he wants to be a part of it too, and make the same sort of positive impact here in Detroit and Southeast Michigan for everybody. And so that's why he's one of the driving forces behind Drupal Web Design, which helps people learn how to easily design, build, and maintain a website for businesses, community groups, corporations, families, individuals, nonprofit organizations. Without further ado, everyone please give a round of applause to Andrew Blanchard.
Oh, okay. How's it going, everybody? Good. Yeah, like Andrew said, we could definitely do a website for you guys. So my name is Andrew Blanchard, and I actually work for a company called Commercial Progression, and we are focused completely on Drupal. That's all we do, and it's a website content management system. How many of you have heard of Drupal before? Wonderful. How many of you have used Drupal before? Okay, not as many, but that's great. Drupal is an open source web platform or content management system. It powers some of the most busiest websites on the web at this point. It runs about 3% of the websites on the internet, which is 7 million. Whitehouse.gov, Stanford University, the Examiner, Christina Aguilera. I mean, it runs the gamut of government to pop stars to nonprofits, and it's just a very good tool to use for a website. My experience with Drupal and like basically web design is I started freelancing back in Boulder, Colorado 3 years ago, and found that Drupal was the content management system for what I needed and what I could do. And it was tough for me as a designer to sit and read blogs and forums and try to figure out, you know, the solutions that I needed or the answers that I needed. And so that's kind of how I got involved with the meetups. Is I joined the Boulder Drupal meetup group and started interacting with people, and I could ask questions directly instead of having to look through a website, which to me is great because I like social interaction and I like dealing with people instead of dealing with a computer every day. So when I moved back to Michigan, I wanted that same atmosphere, that same community involvement, and so that's how I found MichiganDrupal.com. MichiganDrupal.com, we started back in January 2010, and currently we have 205 members. We meet probably every other month. It's not a huge group, but the people are very involved in the community. And it's a world community, not only United States. It's actually it's a world program, and there's a community of 630,000 plus people at this point, and it's growing continually each day. And some of our meetups range from informational
to some of our members will actually show what they've done. We met at Lawrence Tech. We just had a meetup in Plymouth, actually, at Sean O'Callahan's, I think it is. And it was just a social gathering, basically. DrupalCon, the North American Conference, went on 2 weeks ago, and some people weren't able to make it, and so they wanted to ask what what was going on with Drupal, what's going on with web design, and where the future holds. So we just kind of met there and just had a social gathering. You see in the top left here is the one, and we met at Benzinga before. They use Drupal for their websites. Lawrence Tech in the bottom left, and we meet at people's houses. Pretty informal most times. Sometimes, like at Lawrence Tech, we had some informational sessions, so it was kind of good. But I guess I'm going to keep it short and sweet. For me, and my hope for Michigan, Drupal, and Detroit area is that we continue to grow as a technology leader. Everybody wants to, get their stakehold in Detroit and make it their own. And I think we can all be involved if we keep in the technology industry and define ourselves as that. I guess my biggest thing going to DrupalCon in Denver and seeing all the different people there and all what they had to say was, I want a positive human interaction and integration with technology and with each other. I think the meetups help us with that. I think it's a great way to share knowledge and share our technologies that we're learning with each other. Quick stories, Nike Plus and Apple, I know it's an older technology, a couple of years, but I just got a running chip for my shoe. And it's really, really cool to actually see when I run, and it integrates with my phone. As I run, it tells me you've ran 5 miles or you ran a half mile. And you can actually integrate that with Facebook, and people can cheer you on as you run through Facebook. So you have this social integration and interaction with technology. Another really cool thing, I worked on a farm because I'm from northern Michigan. I worked on a farm for a couple of years, and the farmer actually is a third-generation farmer. He moved back and took over the farm, and his father was doing the traditional farming, and he's actually moved all of their farm, all of their tractors to GPS. They actually run the tractors, and they can plant crops now within a 3-inch row next to each other. Before it was never possible, just by doing it by hand. And for me, that's a positive for technology. And I want to keep, Detroit moving in that direction. I want us to have a positive integration and interaction with technology. And I think that, that's to me what the meetups encompass, is that we can all keep moving forward with what we're doing. So that's it.
Andy, thank you very much, and there's Andy's contact information. All right, up next, Scarecrow Jones. Scarecrow, are you here? Yes, he is. He's walking up. So as Scarecrow is setting up, I'll explain a little bit about him. It's pretty interesting. A barroom brawl, a seedy motel in the South, a Charles Bukowski poem, A Lonely Dirt Road. Well, Scarecrow Jones has been slaving in bar bands for what seems like an eternity. Again, he wrote this. He has been, but as we know, the best music comes from all types of life experiences, whether they're struggles, whether they're achievements, or whether they're both. And it sounds like Scarecrow Jones has actually lived them all. He's been wrestling with the blue-collar 9-to-5 lifestyle for a lifetime, and has been writing songs to create a soundtrack of all of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, give a round of applause to Scarecrow Jones.
I don't remember writing.
Check 1, 1, 2. Cool, man. I'm Scarecrow Jones from Southeast Michigan. Really glad to be a part of stuff like this, and it's great to see people working to better this area. You gotta help your community and your neighbors before you can help the world. We're gonna do a song called Break. said, get down, devil, you let me be. Down by the river I pray, with the cross in my hand, I knelt down. Lord, I see the darkest days. Look there, plane going down in the distance. A white horse leading the way. Take my hand now, follow me down. Take my hand now, follow me down. All right, this one's gonna be called 4 a.m. It's coming out as a B-side to a single here in June. It's 4 a.m. Where have you been? I was everywhere, the city. I've been going crazy in this empty house, and I'm tired of watching the sun come out, waving goodbye from the back of the train. Closing my eyes, don't wanna look away. I was trying to find God with the devil's wine. I've never been far from the light. There ain't nobody out there that feels like me. You know what'll happen if you leave. Waving goodbye from the back of a train, and I was closing my eyes, don't wanna look away. No, 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 no. Swear to me you're gonna change, 'cause my heart's just one beat away. I've been talking with myself, but I don't know what's wrong. I travel south till I'm gone, waving goodbye from the back of a train. And I was closing my eyes, don't wanna look away. No, 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 no.
All right, Scarecrow, thank you very much. Give him another round of applause, please. In fact, another round of applause for all of our presenters and performers. Next up, we have a raffle that's going on. In addition to Schoolcraft making this a possibility, this whole event would not have been possible with some of the sponsors, including Fathead. So we have a couple of gentlemen from Fathead. Please come on up. And Ton, why don't you come on up too? Everyone give Ton a round of applause for helping to organize all this. Second annual event, thank you very much for inviting me also. I really had a terrific time. So we have a couple, now you saw the, when you saw on the registration table, the 8.5 by 11 pictures that Fathead helped produce. What they're really known for are some of the, well, mainly the larger pieces. Athletic players, events, really big stuff. And so that's what's in these boxes here. So those are two of the prizes that are optional. And we also have 2 gift cards. And Tom, where are the gift cards from?
We're actually from, I want to say thank you for, first of all, from Core Merchant, our major sponsor, and they brought in basically $40 gift cards from Angelina Bistro, our downtown Detroit. So there'll be 2 of those given away.
All right, terrific. So why don't we go ahead, everyone take out your red tickets. They're red. Yep, they're red. Take out your red tickets and get ready. And if you get the winning number, once you come up here, you can pick from one of these prizes. And I didn't buy any tickets, by the way, so you don't need to worry about that. All right. Winning number 341866. Cliff, are you here? Oh, good job, Cliff. Congratulations. What do you want? A meal or a poster? Well, wait, what are the posters of? Do you guys know?
I think it's just, they don't know.
Oh, they don't? We're going to keep it a secret, or is it on the label, or what?
Mystery box.
I think we're going to keep it a mystery, are we?
Yeah.
All right, so he went for the gift certificate. All right. Cliff, thank you very much. Congratulations. All right. I'm going to pick out 3 more winners here. Next up. All right. 341869. Jeff? Yeah? Oh, Jeff Adams.
We got to see the ticket too.
Yeah. Come on up. Yep. Good, he's going for the mystery poster. Go ahead and open that if you want. Well, if you want to, we'll help you get back in the box too if you need to. But open it up. I'm especially dying to see what it is. All right. Next up. All right. 341879. Ah, Laura. Congratulations. Go ahead and put your ticket here. Yep. 341879. And she chose the dinner. Congratulations, Laura. And finally, if you don't win, don't worry. We have a reception, right?
Yep.
Don't worry. If you don't win, don't worry. You're not going away hungry. We've got a reception. We got food. We got beverages. It's going to be great. All right. Next up. 341871. Oh. Well, she want to be registration workers? Actually, it says Paul on the back. Who's Paul Chambers?
Oh.
What?
When they left, they gave the tickets.
Oh. So we want to get that to Paul?
We'll give that to Paul.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Paul. Wherever you are.
This is a fathead of Barney.
Oh, Barney? What's this one? Open that up.
Reggie Wayne.
Barney the dinosaur?
No, it's Reggie Wayne.
Oh, Reggie Wayne. Okay, all right, cool. Let's see what Paul got. I told you they were big. Oh, someone from the San Diego Chargers. Vince Jackson from the San Diego Chargers.
Can't hold it. There we go.
Oh, wow. Told you. Oh, wide receiver. Another wide receiver. Cool. You want to trade?
I'll take Reggie.
Okay, cool. I feel like the NFL commissioner. All right. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. And thanks a lot for coming, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me, Ton. Ton, congratulations. And to Schoolcraft College. Oh, why don't you come on up? Head of the department? Head of the Department of Computer Graphics Technology.
Appreciate y'all being here. And I'm Mike Mihal. I'm one of the full-time faculty. Just so that you know, we tell our students that your first job is going to be from somebody you know. It's either a connection or it's, and so we always say, go to the best student in your class, figure out how you can meet up with them, and they'll probably be the first one to get hired, and they'll have a job waiting for you. The other thing that we want to let you know is on May 8th, Terry White from Adobe is coming in. We can't really say what he's going to be talking about, but it's that time of 2 years into Adobe 5, CS5 that they should be saying something soon. That announcement will probably happen around the 26th, and that's the time we can tell you what the event is. But Terry White, if you are familiar with him, is probably one of the best presenters from Adobe. And if he will usually tell you 3 or 4 things that is not documented anywhere about Photoshop or InDesign or one of the other applications. So again, we want to thank you for being here and all those that are participating, that participated in the event. It's important for us to network. That's how we find out what's going on in the industry. That's how we find out what direction we can move to. For us at Schoolcraft, we use people like Tom to help us in evaluating our classes and evaluating our students, and also for changing our program so it meets your needs. So in addition to networking, come on back to Schoolcraft and see how we can help you with possibly filling in those voids, help you. In matter of fact, there is a business association or a business area within Schoolcraft. So if you're starting up a business and you want to know the ins and outs and how to get started, of course you want to meet all the people that we just saw, but also they'll help you do business plans, and it's all free. So thanks again, and let's try to do this. Actually, this is 1 year ago that we did it. Maybe we can do this as an annual event and fill the place up next time. Because there's so much important information that you passed out, knowledge-wise and information-wise, and it's important for us to really have more ears hear that. So thank you again for being here.
All right, with that, thanks again, everybody, and please enjoy the food, enjoy the drink that's in the other room. And thank you very much for inviting me. It's past my bedtime. Look forward to seeing you on TV tomorrow morning.